Everybody, this is Bonnie, and I want to share with you how I did this card. This is my workshop card for this Friday, one of them, and I'd like to share with you how I did it, and it's also using some of Stampin' Up's new products that just came out in their new 2012-2013 catalog. So let's get started. Okay. The first thing that you need is a piece of Summer Star Fruit. I think that's what this is called. It's one of their new colors. When I first saw this color, I was like, oh, but you know something? I have fallen in love with it. Next piece is you need a piece of Designer Series paper. Let me see what the name of this was called. This is called Comfort Cafe. And you need a piece of this paper here. We're going to apply that right to the back. Just like that. Then we are going to be using these framelits, and these are the label collection. And if you haven't seen them, you get all these for them, and I'm using, I count up, so if I was to put these two back in there, 1, 2, I'm using 3 and 4. So that's how I do it. So I'm using 3 and 4. Okay, for the first thing that we need is we're going to take the larger one, and this is using some soft suede. And just to show you my sandwich and a little trick, you take and put this down on your paper, on your mat. Take a Post-it note. Maybe you've seen this in other videos or I've showed you before, but it helps keep it sturdy and stable. After you get it lined up to where you want it and you don't want it to move, take and put the Post-it note over top of it. Now you can move this freely. You can add another piece. You can put the top on it, and it's not going to move on you. So, so you want all tabs down. So you want it on tab 2. You want both mats. I'm going to take it over and I'm going to run it through. And you can use this a few more times too because it doesn't cut it. And there you have that. Well, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to cut another one out using Very Vanilla. I have this piece. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take and we're going to do some stamping. First thing I want to do is I want to get out the stamp set. Bitsy Blooms. And I'm going to use the bird and the little leaf there. Craze. Woo! So I'm using Cajun Craze. And I'm using the Stamp-A-Majig. And I'm just going to stamp, get it covered, and then I'm just going to put the corner of this right into the corner of that, stamp down. Okay, we'll set this aside for a minute. Now we are going to take and we're going to stamp the leaf, and I'm stamping this in So Saffron. Get it good and stamped up. Lots of ink on there. Okay. And now I'm just going to kind of put this down here in front of me where you guys can see it. And I am just stamping it. It's not going to be all the leaf on. Some is going to stamp off it. So it looks like that. Okay. And then this is where my Stamp-A-Majig comes in, because I want my bird to go right about there. So I'm going to line my Stamp-A-Majig up. I'm going to stamp my pad, get it good and stamped up here. I'm going to remove this. Got my stamp all ready. And stamp down. Now this comes out quite dark when you first see it. But as you can see here, it lightens up and it matches the flowers. So even though it's dark here, as it dries, it does get a lighter color and it just is wonderful. And I just fell in love with this card. So then the next thing that we need to do is, how I did this was I went ahead and I stamped, because you see how I have the wings on the bird, the same background paper. What I did was I took a Post-it note. And I took the same, any ink, but I just happen to have Cajun cream in here. Or Cajun, why do I call it Cajun Craze? Ugh. And I just stamped it like that. Then I took and I cut out the wings. Now I left okay. Then I just took a little piece of the Designer Series paper, and this one has a little bit of the sticky note. This one does not, so I would put a little bit of repositionable adhesive on the back of that. Stick it on. And then I'm just going to cut out these. Now let's get this card together. So on this one here, back to the bird with the leaf, I took the summer starfruit and I sponged around now. I'm just going to adhere these two together. Like that. I am going to add the wings. Oh. Having difficulties. You want to add the back wing first. I should have known that because the upper wing overlaps it. So it looks like that. Then I'm going to use more So Sapphire, and I went and got out the My Friend stamp set, and I got the words My Friend here. And there you go, there's that part. And then I went ahead and I took Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm just going to use up some scraps that I have here. And I put some dimensionals on the back of this. And then I just put it on my card. So it looks like that. So So there is my card, everybody, and I hope you give it a try. I hope you give these new colors a try. They're a lot of fun, and I really like them. So I think the in colors are great this year. So thanks for stopping by. Until next time, bye-bye.